Pope Francis.
Yeah.
And he came out and he said, Pope Francis says sins of the flesh aren't that serious.
Accidentally for boys.
Because, yeah, he is sort of the progressive Pope, right?
Although
Like,
I guess that applies to everybody, but more so that's for the guys.
It's for the boys.
He ain't saying that for ladies.
oh, yeah, it's
Don't
a thing. Your
worry.
girl's like, oh, blah, blah, blah. And you go, this is what the Pope said, baby. And this Pope, as soon as he did say I was a little suspicious, you go, what's the Pope up to now, right? Why is he saying this? And it turns out that one of the Pope's boys got fucking busted. So
Pope's literally changing the
He is
whole
sort of a woke
rules
Pope.
for one of his boys. It's like, dude, you're like the friends with the president. You get like fucking arrested for murder. And he goes, don't worry. Just made murder legal.
Yeah, the Pope
You're
said
good.
it also is funny, like a bad look for the Pope because obviously the history of the Catholic Church and him coming out and being like, yeah, I mean, like, it's not that big of a deal. And you're like, I mean, you guys might be it's like Bill Cosby coming out and saying that. It's like you guys have a bad history of the Catholic Church. It's like Pope also says some of those kids were asking for it.
It's funny to watch them kind of navigate in real time.
I know.
And also like in such a short window where not that long ago, things were like, yeah, these are the rules that were written by God thousands of years ago. Like, these are the rules. What are we going to change them?
That's the thing. I don't know why they're always trying to appeal to sort of like this
because
new
their
person.
numbers are doing so badly. It's
Yeah,
like,
but they're appealing to the wrong people. Like, you're not going to convince a bunch of fucking college kids that are trying to get people in trouble that like the church to join the church.
No, it's not even to join. Their ratings are. It's like a ratings.
Their ratings.
It is. It's like they're just doing their membership numbers are so low. They go.
Who are they trying to convince to come?
All the gay people they kicked out, being like,
those people aren't going back to the church.
They might be if they'll get.
See, you're the same. You got the same derangement syndrome as this guy, where you think that maybe if we're more progressive, people will be religious.
I'm not necessarily.
You're going to lose more people.
I'm not necessarily. Yeah, maybe. And again,
if you start going like, hey, it's like, and then they go, okay, well, what do I even need you for then?
You don't. But
Also,
I'm just saying this is them flailing, being like, all right, this is their meeting.
It is them flailing.
Being like, what do we need to do to get these numbers up? And they go, okay, well.
It's an old guy trying to navigate. He's doing the same thing Joe Biden's doing, where he's like, actually, women should have my job. I want to be the last male president.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I'm the last male pope.
He goes, there are worse indiscretions for sex outside marriage. The leader of the Catholic Church told reporters at the Papal Plain while en route from Greece to Italy on Monday. It does feel like he got paid off, though, right? When you come out and you go,
paid off. They got tons of
The
fun.
Pope comes out and he says, listen, I have something very important to say. If you smash your secretary once or twice, that is not that big of a deal.
He goes, if you put your Pope hat on this chick and then fuck her from behind wearing the Pope hat, there's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that. It's yeah. And I just want to say, as the Pope, if it was in a different area code...
Those rules only apply in the Vatican City. Once you get out in the greater Rome area, it's fucking free for all.
Also, there was another thing. The priest came out recently, and some people were calling people snowflakes, and the Pope said he didn't like the word snowflake because it offends people. The Pope didn't like being called the snowflake.
Bit of a snowflake move, Pope. But you don't like that, you fucking snowflake.
How funny is that?
I remember in Italy, like maybe 4 or 5 years ago, they did that where they go like they're like, yeah, we're just gonna say it's okay to be gay.
Yeah, Pope's been out there.
That was the gay one was weird because there's so few people to really 100%, but there's so few people to gain. But then there's so many people who are like, what?
That's the thing. Yeah. It is obviously the move.
The net. You go, I don't know if this is.
Maybe there's let me backtrack and say there are maybe a lot of normal people that are religious that like don't have a problem with gay people. And one of the things that making their life hard is everyone's like, yo, you're homophobic.
Yeah, exactly. You're like,
no, but then the church is like, hey, we're actually not homophobic. And then they can go to their work and see,
I'm just a Catholic. And they go, okay.
So it is possible that this was to make the lives easier of like normal Catholic people that don't want everyone calling them homophobic all day.
And child diddlers.
Or whatever, yeah.
Like.
So he says, the sins of the flesh are not that much serious, says the 84-year-old religious leader. The 84-year-old coming out of there and being like, yo, fucking getting your dick wet's not that bad, dude. He says it's not. He says the top transgressions include pride, hate, and hatred, according to Reuters.
I love how way worse. You know what's way worse than cheating on your wife? Pride.
I wasn't proud of it.
Yeah. He goes, I wasn't proud of it. Just pride in general.
How funny is that? So the Pope comes up and he goes, if you cheat on your wife, it's bad, but what would really be bad is if you were proud of it.
Or just pride in general. I don't even think it's pride of that.
I know. Yeah, just pride in general.
It's like some guy comes up and he goes, honey, you know, I've listened to the Pope and we got to change some stuff. So for one, we're not proud of our children anymore. Two, I'm going to go cheat on you now.
Yeah. Actually, pride was really bad.
Pride's what's really keeping us out of heaven.
Well, he says, Francis... his rankings of the worst wrongdoings, followed by, he actually gave a list and he goes, see, here's my list, and fucking cheating's barely on it. Because it followed the resignation of a Paris archbishop who quit over a relationship with a woman earlier this month. Also, by the way, if this guy sort of was getting all this heat from like having sort of a relationship with a woman and they were sort of encouraging, like, listen, you got to resign, you'd think the guy would be like, really, Pope? Of all the people that you assigned different places for?
He goes, I'm getting fucking shit canned. Do you know what I know?
Yeah, exactly. He goes, however, the 70-year-old French cleric, Michael Apapetit, denied being intimate with the anonymous female. So he says he wasn't actually intimate. He goes, and his behavior that would break from his promise of celibacy. So the guy sort of said she just sucked me off.
He doesn't do anything.
He goes, no, she just gave me a head, you know. Sort of a reverse dude line about it's like a reverse high school dial. Yeah, I didn't fuck her. No, I didn't actually smash.
Yeah, I didn't actually. The best too is like Pope was like, look, man, if you were gay, this would be totally fine. But
yeah,
just the times are crazy, so we're gonna have to let you go.
He said it was a failing against the sixth commandment, but not a total one, of the small caresses, massage giving to his secretary. So he said he was just giving her a bit of a massage.
You can't give a massage. That's enough for you to get.
Says that's what the accusation is. So the church is sort of pretending they're going to bring the hammer down on him, but it is funny being like, see, look, we're bringing the hammer down on people that have sexual offenses. And then that is funny too, where this guy's like, guy resigned for giving his life, giving a woman massage. How many priests are like, you know, in the Hawaii chapter being like, you know what? Let's cancel the like youth group today.
Yeah, actually, let's double the youth group.
Woo, 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 cheap shots. Nothing like an old Catholic church. You're in the scope today, Catholic church. No one's safe.
That was the best when it got so out of hand with them that calling them pedophiles became like hacky.
It was a hack.
Like the hackiest thing where you go like, oh, and they're like people, Catholics, are go, yeah,
oh yeah, we're better. And everyone's
better.
Like, yeah, but it is true though.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. It's so egregious and it was so bad, but it was like getting just harped on by so many people.
Yeah,
that the Catholics response.
Well, apparently, like a million religions and like in groups in general have that problem, but it's like,
yeah, of course,
in law of large numbers, and you're not allowed to have sex. But I think the issue is all the covering up.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, yeah. If you don't think there's fucking other religions who are getting into the kid diddling.
Yeah.